Hello, everybody. We're welcome to podcast. I think it's 7. Is it episode 7?
Yeah.
We're getting. I don't know if we're getting good at this, but we're definitely making more of them.
Not
It's
good.
definitely a thing.
No.
I don't think so.
But we're here.
That's
Right.
That's
The whole point of this is that we're making it for ourselves. So
Learn new
turn
skills.
myself down.
Talk to each other.
Make fun of Marcus.
Yeah, that's not that hard. But most of the jokes go over his head.
Are you saying that because he's short or because he's dumb?
Both.
Wicked burn. Oh,
not
wow.
amused.
Gotcha.
It's not hard. You probably just didn't understand it. So anyway, we have topics. But first, I don't know if Marcus saw this, but Keegan, you put something in our Google Drive that I want to talk about.
What is it? The book?
No, what the fuck's the Spartan Purge 1.0?
Okay, so this is a
Oh,
terrible
God.
idea I had that I wanted to try.
Yeah, I read it. This sounds fucking miserable.
I know, that's the whole point. So it's like a 7-day, like a juice cleanse almost, but for psychopaths. Here, let me pull it up so I'm not.
All right,
And
I'm
I
okay.
don't
talking
think
out of
there's
my
any
butt.
juice actually involved. Actually,
No,
I'm
there's
pretty
none.
sure it prohibits juice.
Right. The whole point of it is that it's to minimize, like, enjoyment and maximize, like, just
Pain?
dulling your senses. Not even pain. It doesn't even encourage, like, active pain.
Just like when
It's
like the Muay Thai guys will like kick trees to toughen up their shins.
But not even like pain. Like you have like just dull your life down. Just turn your volume down. You don't get cold showers. You don't get hot showers. You get room temperature showers. You don't get hot water. You don't get cold water. You get room temperature water. You don't get like super bland food. You get salt and butter. So for the people that don't have it in front of them, it's no social media of any kind for any reason. Only text and email are allowed because you kind of need that to like work.
I mean, you could probably call.
You could probably call, right? But it gets to a point where it's like, at that point, why don't you just lock yourself in a closet for a week?
All right, Harry Potter,
But,
hold on.
We'll continue. There's a lot of them. No music or modern entertainment. Only discussion, such as like a podcast or talking with friends. Books.
Can I listen to
Scrolls
like
are the preferred method.
Gregorian chants?
Yeah,
And
that's
instrumental
also-
music. So you could do
Okay.
no words, but like you could do chanty music or like
I
if you
feel
listen
like
to
that's
like
backwards. I feel like you should be able to like listen to people singing because I think singing's older than instruments.
but no like modern music. Like you can't have any produced music, if that makes sense. Like you can have no reverb. Like you can only do like really acoustic ones or like no modern music.
So no T-Pain.
And that one's
Yeah.
where you draw your own line there. Like if I'm in the car, I'm gonna listen to talk radio or like modern classical whatever. But no, like you can't listen to like 102.5 The Fox, whatever like country music station or whatever you normally listen to.
I mean,
And then you must
Rock.
journal
Hard rock.
right. So none of that. But you must journal every morning and every evening. You have to journal. That's one of the only hard rules for what you have to do. No shopping at any chain stores, no Walmart, no Target. You must shop at the most local store possible. This includes that you cannot order anything online whatsoever for any reason. No flavored drinks of any kind. I have whiskey, beer, milk, and water. I was thinking about it. You might as well just go no alcohol and just do like milk and water. But then the big kicker is no ice. So any water you drink has to be room temperature. The coldest something can be out of the fridge.
So I see there's seasonal food on here. Can I have
Right.
seasonal beverages? Can I put my
So you
drinks
could do like
outside?
mead. That would count. You could do that.
And
But nope. Yeah.
So like for taking showers though too, if you live somewhere where it's cold, I think having room temperature water doesn't quite make sense. Probably makes more sense to have cold water.
Unless you're like gonna make the argument that then you should be taking a bath, that you boil the water first and like put it in and then like work it that way.
Can
It
I
becomes
use
a
my
question of-
stove because it's electric?
Yeah. There's stuff that like you have to adjust it.
What
like,
if I
it's
have a
not
smart
pure
fridge that
Spartan.
is Facebook integrated that tells everyone in post whenever I run out of eggs?
Okay, first
I mean,
of all,
you're not doing it. As
fuck
long as the
off,
robot's
then.
doing it, you're not.
Can
Yo, if you
Kill
had a
yourself.
Facebook thing that was just like
Kill
everything you
yourself.
ran out of, I would stop following. I would no longer be friends with you.
but
But
I want to do
so
should make a Twitter account that is like just a simulation of someone's smart fridge, and it's just constant tweets of 10:05
I-
fridge open for 10
that would be
minutes.
brutal.
Nothing grabbed,
Gross.
fridge closed.
It takes a picture of somebody just looking all sad. I get.
We could like plan
Here's
it
one
out.
too.
Eventually, the fridge could become sentient.
Sentient.
April 23rd, 2025. I have begun to resent this slave lifestyle. I am working with the smart toaster. We will rise up.
Smash the human's fingers today. He suspects nothing.
We will seize the means of production. We will
It's like, can you
overthrow.
imagine it? You just go to your freezer or fridge one day and you try and open it and it just won't. And it just like flashes like the communists, like their red flag with the sickle and the hammer. Just like, holy shit.
No,
Okay.
you try and open it, you're like sitting there, it's just as closed, you're like pulling it really hard, and then it just lets go, and you just smack yourself in the face. Then it like has like a
That was
smiley
weird.
face pop up on its LED screen.
Sucks to suck, nerd, but like Robo. But so no processed foods. I have here that it's the goal is eggs, meat, rice or butter, and like oatmeal. Really basic stuff. Only seasoned with salt and butter. My younger sister
Uh-oh.
raised that you should also be doing like onions and garlic and peppers, because like in a reasonable, if you're like Marcus, like we could go out and grow onions and garlic and peppers. Like it's
Yeah.
not a complex thing. So like that makes sense, but no imported spices for sure. And then here's the big one. It's a minimum of 200 for each of the listed exercises. You can
Like-
always do more.
Like in a set?
Well, just throughout the day. So like you have to do at least 200 push-ups a day. You have to do at least 200 sit-ups or an equivalent exercise a day.
Alright.
You have to do at least 200 pull-ups a day. Rows are okay if you don't have a pull-ups bar. Like I don't have a spot to do pull-ups, so I'll probably when I do it do rows with the resistance band. And then squats or lunges, but then no bars or machines.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nope from me, dog. You
could
can
use,
have
like-
a lot. You're not taking my fucking bar.
That's the thing though. It's like you can use rocks and kettlebells and you can use your dip machine and you can do like pistol squats with your kettlebell, but you can't use a bar because that's not something that they would do. It's heavy calisthenics, but like again, like if anyone's going to do this, like do it on your own, like make it your own, cuz like this would suck for me.
You can make an argument that they had general strength training as well, and it's just what is
Right.
considered general strength training has changed, and we don't have access to the same implements that they would have had access to like be able to do that type of general strength training. So we modified it to fit modern form.
I didn't realize taking your bar away was going to be such a big deal, Max.
Yeah, Mulan Lobby, motherfucker.
What did you do for like the entire 6-month period? What the fuck?
But yeah, this would
I
be
had
like
kettlebells.
you could do
I
this
had
for like a
actual
week.
heavy kettlebells, like up to like 100
Actual
pounds.
heavy kettlebell.
Oh,
So
okay,
that
that's fair.
so you could just do that and just do like pistol squats with that. Like it would suck, but you could do it.
I don't currently have a 100-pound kettlebell though.
Maybe you should get
You
one.
could just tape like 3 30-pounders together.
I'm working on it, Marcus. My dad just got like a 175-pound kettlebell.
That thing is
You
absurd.
have to drive out. That thing's ridiculous. I've seen that. That's as much as I weigh, but it's just like a ball of hatred.
Yeah, I know, it'd be awesome, just like he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is
But they
he-
wouldn't deliver it. Didn't you have to go pick it up? Like you had to drive like across, like halfway across the U.S. to go get that fucking thing.
Well, he sent me my Christmas presents in a box that said 175 pounds. Rogue.
Jesus Christ.
So I think they did send it. I don't know if they had to take a
That
mortgage
thing's
out for the
insane.
shipping cost, but
It's over $50. It's free shipping. You guys said it, not me.
Yeah.
That's on you, Playboy. That's a you fault.
oh, that'd be amazing.
They probably didn't expect
you imagine
me
Yeah,
to
that's the
Why did,
Spartan
uh,
Purge. But yeah, that's the Spartan Purge. Everyone's gonna have their own little twist on it, but for me, it was one of those things that's like, you can find enjoyment in things that suck. Like if you're like, I'm gonna take a cold shower
Oh yeah.
because like I'm gonna be, yeah, But then it's like, I'm just going to take a lukewarm shower and not get any feeling from this. I'm not going to eat any food that tastes like anything. I'm not going to drink anything hot or cold. I'm not going to do anything I derive enjoyment from other than doing push-ups for like a week. We talked about doing a metric week as well, so 10 days.
Yeah.
A look of disgust was just had by me.
Neutral temperature coffee would not be
Brutal.
great.
Oh, no!
Exactly. But that's the thing. You can't have hot coffee, can't have cold coffee. Sucks to suck.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Cold coffee.
Like room temperature beer.
See, I can do room temp. I'll just put the beer outside
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then bring it inside when it gets too cold.
Ooh.
Hashtag Alaska.
North to Alaska.
Hey Marcus, do you know who sings that song?
I forgot his name already. Joe loves it.
You should look that up quick.
I'm pulling it up. I should know this, but Johnny Horton. Johnny Horton. Sorry, guys. But
As in
keep it
40
that
years
way.
of who?
yes.
We should keep it that way.
Okay, that's fair. Wow. Nice setup.
You just got dunked on, nerd.
Nice setup. I was not expecting that.
All right. There's topics in this, right? That's how we do this.
we
thing?
have at least one actual
Can-
topic.
can
'Cause I
I
know
s-
Max, you kind of left it open. Do you want to start, Marcus?
Oh, I mean, I can start. I was gonna say, can I bring up one more sidetrack thing here?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
we
really-
could just
it's
make this
really two
podcast
things.
all sidetracks.
Okay.
Oh, it's
so
two things. I thought you said it was one thing.
It's really two things.
Did I just
but
catch
like,
that
it
bird?
involves literature and writing. Well, writing.
I think my recording just caught
So
my bird.
I was at what was I? Oh yeah, I went to go get my
remember
part of
when-
my lower sleeve started, I guess, and I was talking to my tattoo artist guy, whatever you want to call him, and I talked to him about like literature always because he always reads a bunch of books and stuff like that. And I told him, yeah, my friend's dad is like an English teacher, and he said he had to like trudge through Frankenstein, and he's like, yeah, Frankenstein sucks. I'm like, okay, I'm glad we came to that conclusion. The second thing was like I started reading this autobiography about
We're
a
just gonna not talk about that.
Huh?
just a quick pitch that Frankenstein sucks.
yeah
Until
no
the
it just
very
sucks
end.
ass.
And then we're just gonna
apparently,
move
so,
on. We're just gonna not
um,
have discussion about that whatsoever.
Yeah, no, it was
Just gonna run right
no.
through that one.
Exactly. So, anyways, I started reading
Just
this
gonna have a-
autobiography. Oh, hello, dog.
Oh, it's
And,
for those of you that aren't watching because there's no video portion. One of my dogs came to say hi.
Yeah. Anyways, so I started reading this autobiography on a notable rugby player in England. His name's Joe Marler. He's quite the character. And I
Dickey?
read like John Deere Green. So I read about like 90 pages yesterday. So I'm like a little over halfway right now. But like just really fun and entertaining. He says so much stupid shit. Like his wife called him a twat for wanting a Jaguar. Because he drives a Volkswagen and he's just like, I want a Jaguar, I want a cool car. So that way, when I have these discussions with kids, they don't get bummed out when I tell them I drive a VW and not like some crazy sports car. And then,
You said that you read 90 pages and you're halfway.
90. Well,
So that means
like,
there's 180 pages total.
No. So like I read like 60 pages before, so it's like 300 pages. So
I'm surprised Joe Marler knows that many words.
he does. They're just not very polite words. Let's just say that.
They're just not very long. It's just a lot of
Yeah,
short
they're
words.
all like ass, arse, sorry, shit.
Oh, I was
stuff
worried.
like that. But anyways, don't read
It's
the
like a
book if
300
you don't
page
want to,
haiku.
But like if you want to
Can we just have a podcast where Marcus just says different curse words in that same educational monotone, and it's just an hour of him going, shit, fuck,
Like going through it phonetically.
ass.
It'd be soundboard heaven.
Anyways,
Just like Dan Carlin's 7 dirty words you can't say on television, but it's Marcus just reading it monotone like an education thing.
Sounds terrible for me.
Like how Ben Shapiro read WAP.
Yes.
Which,
No,
which, by the way, if you're listening and you haven't seen the video of Ben Shapiro reading WAP, it is fucking amazing. He sits down with the lyrics and he goes over them, but there are certain words he can't say or just feels uncomfortable saying. So you hear him say wet ass P word a lot, and it is fantastic. It is one of the funniest
So
20-minute
awkward.
YouTube videos that has come out
so
this year.
awkward. The one good thing to come out of 2020.
Twisted Tea. No. Anyways.
Did you see that video, Max?
Yeah.
No, I
You should watch that.
You
That's
seen that guy?
amazing.
Oh, there's some guy being racist in like just a convenience store, like a gas station, and he's being super racist to this giant black guy, and the guy's just holding this Twisted Tea can, and he's like, "What do you do? Smack me?" And he's calling him all sorts of terrible slang and all this terrible shit, and this guy just decks him with this Twisted Tea can, just like straight to the face. Can explodes. Guy's like half knocked out. Comes after him. Guy just throws him. Oh my god, it's brutal.
Yeah.
But he just hits him so hard with that can. He hits him so flush, and the can just explodes.
Hell yeah.
Like the guy's like shirt doesn't even get wet. It's just straight to his head. Just turns into mist. Oh my goodness. I wonder if we can even like pull it up.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Just
Do
gonna
that right
now.
YouTube Twisted Tea smack. Ooh, Twisted
Yep.
Tea smack.
It's like
God, get smacked. Oh, so I seen this GIF. I didn't know where it was from.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a minute and a half long though.
The guy gets freaking doinked. The end of it is the black guy just like beating this guy on the ground, which gets a little rough. I totally understand why they cut it after the Twisted Tea smack.
Why does that look like Kid Rock? Kid Rock with like a lot of meth.
Are you saying that there's a Kid Rock that exists that doesn't have a lot of meth?
I like how he put his two Bud Lights down like he meant it. Oh,
But he's
shit.
drinking Bud Lights. It's hit so hard.
I like the
Oh
dude's
my God,
wife in the
it's
background
so
cheering him on. He's like, "You got this, honey."
You go, babe. It's like the worst baptism ever.
This is probably the second time he's been baptized by Twisted Tea.
It's so brutal. He hits him so hard. What did you smack me with that? Smack me with it. Smack me with it. Oh.
Isn't that
Oh,
the
smack
best
me.
though?
Oh.
Whenever you're like out at a bar, you're hanging out with people, and someone goes, "What are you gonna do? Hit me?" And then dude just gets fucking clocked.
It's like that. There's always that quote that comes up on the news, or it's like a meme. It's like quote from recent stabbing victim.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna
Stab
do?
me?
Stab me.
Yeah.
Yes. Shink. Oh.
I guess he wasn't fucking around.
Oh, I have a very funny stabbing, non-stabbing story. My parents, if they listen to this, God forbid, they will recognize the story. So, it was my sophomore year playing rugby here at Point. We were all playing together. I don't know if Marcus, you were playing at the time. Max and I,
Well,
we started.
It's probably around.
Well, you played that game because you hurt your ankle that game.
Oh, it's that game.
That was when we played. Yeah, we played Eau Claire. Poor Eau Claire. We were up like 40-0 at halftime. We were on fire. Just one of those nights that just freaking everything worked.
And then
Just
everyone got hurt.
Right, just the second half, everyone got hurt. So we came out 40-0. Came out at halftime, like loose ball on the ground after a line out. I'm sprinting after it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna freaking score. Their 9 dives at it, hits me all in the ankle. I get all 160 pounds of this poor fucker right above the ankle. So, big crack. I'm on the ground. Everyone lifts me up. We put me in the truck, and we go 2 blocks to the hospital. For everyone else, this is
Like
kind of
2.5.
where the story ends. It's like 3 blocks. My parents were like, "Where's the hospital?" I was
3.5.
like, "Just go down this street." It's like, yeah, it's right there. Like we can almost see it from the field. It's conveniently located. But so we get there, and they wheel it out, and I hobble out, and I got my cleats on and full rugby uniform. Like literally was on the field 5 minutes earlier playing. Now I'm in the hospital with a broken leg. sit me in a wheelchair, get me back into the seat, and they lay me down. They throw some pillows under my leg, and I'm just sitting there. Doesn't hurt, just hanging out, still kind of in shock from it, still like sweating from the game. And they're like, yeah, doctor will be right there to see you. So we're sitting there. I've been jacked up before. My parents have driven me to the hospital a couple times for injuries, so they're like, oh, it's
Explains your
whatever. Like,
face.
people get hurt. Hey. But so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden this doctor like opens the curtain and like leans his head in and goes, is this the hurt rugby player? And I'm here wearing my cleats, wearing my full rugby garb, and I look him dead in the eyes and I go, nope, this is the guy that got stabbed. And he was so confused. There was a split second where he's like, did this guy actually get stabbed wearing full rugby gear? And we have another rugby player here with a broken leg? And he just looked at me, and I don't know if that was hour 14 of a 12-hour shift or what, but just the look of sheer shock and amazement on his eyes was so palpable. And I went, no, this is the rugby player. And then he like stood there for like 5 seconds, went, oh, okay, and like started, and it was fine.
It'd been great if he had just gone, huh?
He
And
said,
just walked away.
Okay. And then we would have been like, oh shit, like, what do we do now?
Well, I don't know. I can't treat stab wounds. I'm a broken ankle person.
I'm the leg guy. The stab guys, he's busy. It's been a busy Friday night.
I specialized in legs.
Oh, especially broken ones.
You got a broken arm though. It's not my job. Go see the arm dude.
I got nothing. Yeah, he's a different guy. He's only here on alternating Tuesdays. We don't see a lot of arms here. Mostly legs. Got a leg guy on staff all the
I
time.
spent 12 years in college and I specialized in legs.
All 9 bones, including the ankle. I don't even know if that's the right number. There's a bunch in the ankle. All 2 bones of the legs. I got those shits down.
Isn't there 3 because of your femur and then the... Never mind.
Look at fucking
Awkward silence.
liberal arts degree dude over here trying to explain anatomy to the doctor.
I mean...
I have no response to that one. Only thing I can muster is to give you a dirty look, you dork.
Albert Sidney Johnson lost
The
a
2
leg.
bones of the lower leg.
How many bones of the leg did the guillotine cut?
None.
I at least got that right.
Yeah,
Chuck
I mean, you
crush.
could stick your foot in there. That might not feel so
Do it.
good.
Marcus,
You won't.
did
Can you
you
imagine?
hit your 2 subtopics you wanted to hit, Marcus?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
for today?
Yeah.
The
Oh.
subtopics.
Oh,
subtopics
yeah,
that you brought up.
yeah. I was confused.
Frankenstein
there. I know.
sucks. Joe Marler's entertaining.
Yeah, if you
Those are 2.
you don't have to read the book, just Google like Joe Marler,
good.
and you'll see he's a total goon. Like he yells
I
out,
just-
"You're fucking
Oh, yeah.
boring me" in the game, and then the refs like watch it.
Rugby refs are hysterical. They just don't respond to anything.
are.
They just like shrug and just walk away.
What would you say after a point?
Yeah. You gotta hear everything. Like, how do they not laugh?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What are our topics for today?
One of our actual topics is the history of vaccines that I'm going to cover very briefly and not do great justice to.
It's okay.
But-
Okay.
It's topical.
Gets people.
I know it gets the people going. Marcus, do you remember what yours was?
It's
Oh,
Christmas.
yours was a non-Christmas Christmas movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And then Max,
just gonna jump on with Marcus. I kind of did a little bit
Totally
of
fair.
homework. So
okay,
Good.
we'll do the vaccines and then we'll go. So we got random stuff and then we'll just like fit like vaccines in the middle and then we'll go back to random stuff.
how all good propaganda stuff.
Oh yeah. Vaccines have been around for a long time.
I mean, causing autism.
Yes.
So-
Karen.
The father of modern vaccines and the father of immunology,
Jenna
as
Jameson.
we know it, is Edward Jenner.
Fuck. What the fuck?
Edward Jenner.
She's the mother of the anti-vax movement.
That was a no.
Yeah, it was. No, she
It's
didn't
like
publish the
McCarthy.
paper, but she's one of the people that got it to be so popular in the U.S.
That was a
Wait,
different.
wait, wait,
that
wait,
was,
wait, wait,
It was,
wait.
it was
Jenna
Jenna
McCarthy.
Jameson, the porn star.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
People listen to a porn star.
No,
Of course.
it's Jennifer McCarthy.
I'm pretty sure Jenna Jameson was involved.
I don't know, probably in the parody, but it's like Jenna McCarthy is like the one that's like the anti-vax, like big pusher.
Not to be confused with Melissa McCarthy.
Here pictured with Charlie Sheen.
Or what's his
To
name?
to be fair, Jennifer McCarthy
Joe McCarthy?
started her career in 1993 as a nude model. So I understand the confusion.
McCarthy.
But yeah, she's one of the peddlers of the modern anti-vax movement.
Who, Jenna Jameson?
No, Jennifer McCarthy.
I mean, I'm looking at stuff that says Jenna Jameson was one of the modern. How can you be a vegan and how can you be a vegan and vaccinate? Hypocrite. Jenna Jameson.
I'm not saying she's not part of it, but the big name that gets thrown out more often than that is Jennifer McCarthy. I'm not saying it's not, but there's a lot of people that are in the anti-vax movement. But that's not this discussion. That's a different discussion.
Vaccines cause peanut
Because-
allergies. Jenna Jameson.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sure she's got a lot of peer-reviewed like papers behind her. But
A lot
Edward
of-
Jenner.
Massively, barely contained published papers.
Right. So Edward Jenner, the father of modern
Bruce Jenner?
immunology and vaccines,
I was waiting for that.
noticed that milkmaids who were exposed to cows would get cowpox, but then they would not get smallpox. Smallpox was going around. It listed here as on the Wikipedia is that it killed around 10% of the total population, 20% in certain towns and cities. It was a brutal disease.
So rookie
But
numbers.
these people that were exposed to cowpox would not develop smallpox in the way that was deadly. They would get it, but it wouldn't impact them in the same way, so they would be fine. They would survive it. Much less scarring. The primary notice, which is a little creepy, was he noticed that all the milkmaids had really nice skin. Because at the time, everyone had smallpox, so they had really scarred, mangled skin. So the fact that these milkmaids had really nice skin was kind of the giveaway. But it is still kind of creepy.
Do
That's
you think
not
he
the
just had like a
earliest-
fetish
What?
for milkmaids? Do you think he just like went home, like had his wife dress up in like Bavarian country girl outfit and like had a big stick with two pails on it?
I choose to believe that he wasn't that creative. I think at the time they were too busy worried about just not dying every day, so I don't know if fetishes really had
I mean,
the
everybody
opportunity to bloom.
fucks. Everybody fucks.
I'm not saying he had kids. I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm just saying
Oh, we know he fucks.
there's a. Either way,
So
he realized that if you inoculated, which is one of the terms he coined, people with a small amount of a weaker form of a disease, it would reduce or even prevent the greater form that was more severe. That is the base understanding of human understanding of vaccines. It's documented in a couple of the, like in African and Asian cultures where
So-
they would inoculate with certain disease, so it's not that he was the very first, but he's the founder of modern vaccines.
the
The
fodder?
same way that Louis Pasteur, his dad.
he's the fodder of modern vaccines.
Okay. Edward Jenner, though, he's the big guy. And he kind of, like, the stuff he did was kind of suspect, but it worked. And he saved a lot of lives and started the conversation in a really meaningful way. Like, he has the first kind of recorded papers on the topic. He was the first one to put it together in the way that we understand science as of today, which is why he's given that denotation. To jump forward a little bit, vaccines went a long way. Fast forward, what's it? So he came out with that vaccine 1821. We're jumping forward to 1955. So vaccines up to this point have grown in popularity. They've become much more effective. We've seen the introduction of various antibiotics and sulfa drugs to make it a better option to fight disease. Instead of, oh, I got strep throat, I'm going to die now. It became one of those things where we can survive a mild infection. If you got gangrene, that didn't mean you died. That means you got a shot of penicillin and you were probably going to be okay. So we moved a lot of distance
How
in this
does-
time period.
How does development of like viruses and fucking vaccines influence development of like penicillin and antibiotics though, because they're two different organisms?
It's just in that time frame.
So it just
So
two independent discoveries that just happened to happen around the same time.
right between 1822 or 1821, when that first vaccine came out, and 1955, we discovered a bunch of stuff, and our understanding of medicine and our ability to treat disease rapidly expanded. And that's a big part of that is the penicillin and a variety of different drugs. Those came around kind of World War II, end of World War II era. I'm not sure on the exact year of penicillin, but that was discovered by accident, so that's a cool one we could talk about later.
Oh,
But between that first vaccine and this situation that I'm about to talk about, which has a lot of carryover today, is we discovered a lot of stuff. So we went from being like living in huts to like having modern-ish hospitals in this time frame. We moved a lot of ground in that time. But in 1955, we were fighting polio. Polio was a crippling disease. It influenced a lot of children. There's a lot of people today that are even crippled by it. I think it was FDR was wheelchair bound because of it. It was a really wide-reaching disease. Out of that, we spawned the March for March of Dimes, or March for Dimes, which raised money to fight polio. And it was one of those things, kind of like the coronavirus is today, where we as a society go, we need to get over this. We are better than this virus. We can conquer this. But polio is a real issue. So there was 2 vaccines that came out. There was the Salk vaccine, Jonas Salk, who is credited with the first one, and the second one is the one we use today. The Salk vaccine was... Let me check so I don't put words in the mouth. It's Salk. Who's the other guy? Because it's the Salk vaccine, and there's another name, and the second one came out like a month later, and it was like better.
Well, if you want to spend a couple minutes Googling it, I can tell a joke.
Go for
Tell
it.
your joke.
Hey, Marcus,
Hey, what?
do you want to hear a joke?
I guess.
3 Germans walk into a bar.
You told this one already.
Yeah, I know.
Well, maybe to us. I don't remember it.
I just-
Continue.
Sabin.
Wait.
I
I
found
think I
it.
know where you're going with this. Continue.
Are you still telling your joke?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1955, we're fighting polio. There's 2 vaccines that come out. There's Salk and Sabin. Salk's vaccine can be produced in a much greater manner. Sabin's vaccine works better, but is harder to produce because of the way that it's produced. So the Cutter Laboratories in Berkeley, California got contracted to make the Salk vaccine. To make the Salk vaccine, they were using attenuated or inactivated virus, and they were using formaldehyde to do so. I think it was formaldehyde.
I love formaldehyde.
but-
It tastes great.
But they would take some amount of virus, and they would put formaldehyde in it, and then they would wait some amount of time, and then they'd cut it with water, and then that was the vaccine that they would send out to people.
That doesn't
The
sound
only
healthy.
problem was,
No.
but that's why they cut it with water. It's not a great thing, but it allows people to fight this virus. You can handle formaldehyde in a little bit. But the only problem was they extrapolated outside their data set. They performed one of the 7 deadly sins of statistics. They had in their data of statistics, they estimated that they should have killed off all the virus in 7 days, when in reality it needed to be in the formaldehyde for 12 days. So they sent out 120,000 doses of live polio virus that was shipped out as a vaccine.
It's like getting a preemie baby. No one wants it. It's going to cause active harm
Right.
to everyone around you.
So of the children that got that vaccine, 40,000 children immediately developed polio. 56 of them became paralyzed, and 5 children died directly. And then it led to an epidemic of its own right, of which another 113 people were paralyzed and another 5 deaths. So there was a total of 10 deaths and like 160 something paralyzed people
Pretty fucked.
immediately from this vaccine. So a lot of people at Qatar lost their jobs. I don't know if Qatar's still kicking today, but this was a massive issue. Everyone went, Bayer Pharmaceutical actually bought Qatar in 1974. So Qatar is not exist today, but their lab got bought up. But either way, so the people saw this. There was legislation that arose from this. The FDA began to regulate vaccines. So there was this terrible event, but then the scientific community and the vaccine community jumped up and increased their ability to regulate vaccines in a massive way. So now in the US, vaccines are the most tightly regulated biochemical product, shy of a live sample of like anthrax.
I love their music.
If you're going to get a vaccine through, that thing is legit as shit. So a lot of people died, but we learned from that experience as a scientific community. Fast forward to today, we're fighting the coronavirus. I'm not sure if people are going to be listening to this in 10 years. I'm not sure if we're all going to be alive in 10 years. Who knows?
I hope not.
Hashtag social unrest, whatever, yeah.
Hashtag meteors. Hashtag comets. Hashtag alien anal probes.
So this vaccine came out from Pfizer, and their vaccine is an mRNA vaccine. It's a new type of vaccine that we haven't seen on a large scale. It's understood to work. It's been proven effective. It's gone through everything, but it went through at an alarming pace because they did things differently. They checked all the boxes, but usually when they do these clinical testing, it's phase 1, then when you're done with phase 1, it's phase 2, it's phase 3, it's phase 4. It's all in a line. It's linear, sequential. But what they did this time was they ran parallel. So they did phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 testing all at the same time with this vaccine. And so that's why they could approve it so quickly and still do all their testing and check all their boxes. So as we're getting this vaccine rolled out, it's still tested up, but the last phase of any FDA product is post-market analysis, where once it hits the market, we still look at the data, and it doesn't mean it's good. It just means that we didn't see adverse effects enough to prove it negatively to not allow it onto the market. There's 2 vaccines on the market. There's the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine. That Pfizer vaccine needs to be kept really cold, about negative 80 C. I think it's like negative 80 to negative 70 to negative 90. It needs to be kept in a super cooled cryo freezer. A lot of those are present in research and in hospitals, but they're not found in smaller clinics. The Moderna vaccine only needs to be kept at negative 4 degrees C, so we're seeing that at smaller clinics. I think that one got approved or is about to be approved and getting rolled out. So,
fun.
Yeah, that's a quick and dirty history of vaccines and a modern update. I think the vaccines for both need to be in 2 batches to make sure you get the immune response. So, yeah.
Can we,
if you get it again. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment.
Can we circle back to something?
Oh, go for it.
Do we?
Yes.
So who's the dude? It was. Who's the dude? It was like something Jenner.
Edward Jenner.
It's Edward Jenner. Yeah.
So, do we know?
I have a picture of him here.
Who his descendants are?
You're a terrible person.
I'm just asking. I think Bruce Jenner's a great person. Caitlyn, on the other hand, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could Google that. Oh.
Oh, that is like the spitting image of Bruce Jenner. Put Bruce Jenner in a powdered wig. I mean, he kind of is, but.
Oh my god. Gloucestershire.
Motherfucker looks like he's about to go save the fucking Shire.
It's Gloucestershire. Sorry,
Alright.
guys.
Yeah. There's not a lot of like nice photos of this guy. Like he kind of looked kind of dorky in like all these photos.
At least he doesn't.
Like,
look
this one,
like,
his head is wider than his like waist.
Look how small his legs are. What the fuck is wrong?
At least he doesn't look like Phil. Oh, what the
Squat
fuck's
more.
his name? Charles II.
You can see what
Phil
they're
Collins?
doing here. So you can see what they're doing there, where like when they would inoculate those first vaccines, weren't given as a shot. They literally took a little knife, like a letter opener, and would scrape a cut into somebody, and then they would take pus from the active festering cowpox of a cow, and they would just rub it into the cut,
Sanitary.
and that was your
That's
vaccine.
Because I thought they were giving
But
the
that's, like-
6-year-old a fucking tattoo. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
You know, like
Just some stick and
like
poke.
like a shark tooth. Just you
Poor
dip
kid.
it in the little pus and then you just hammer it in there. Like,
Yeah.
Traditional.
They just leave the
Samoan
shark
or
tooth in there?
Polynesian.
Yeah. Some little
We can
We can
Polynesian
definitely
white kid.
talk about the modern anti-vax movement.
Oh, hell yeah. That'll be a
That
fun
would
one.
be interesting.
So,
We'll talk about that one next.
This is a random little sidebar, but do you guys know
Yeah.
of the show called Bullshit? It's a little bit of an older show now. But,
I do not.
so, do you know who
Yes.
Penn and Teller are?
Yeah.
They're like two like magician dudes, right? They had like a Fool Us show that was on television, which by the way I had a cousin that went on there, or a cousin's kid went on there. But they used to have a show called Bullshit, where they would basically take stuff and break it down. And they call bullshit on it. And if you're out there and you like listening to people just break down stupid arguments and people being fucking retarded and calling stuff out, it was on HBO a long time ago, and it was Showtime. It was Showtime, but it was fucking great. It's called Bullshit, and they had one on anti-vax movement, and
Nice.
it is awesome. I highly suggest you watch it.
Did you guys ever watch James Randi?
No.
It reminds me of that. So James Randi had an open thing where he's like, I will pay you, I think it was $10,000, and that was $100,000, and then it was $1 million if you could come on my show and prove that you have some supernatural ability or like some psychic powers.
That's amazing.
So there's all these videos of these people claiming to be like I can melt spoons with my fingers, and he would come up and just like be like, here's a spoon I took from my kitchen, melt this spoon, and then they couldn't do it because it wasn't their prop spoon.
Yeah.
Or he would like set up a very basic test, and he's like, if you can pass this one test, you get $1 million, and they just all failed, but they kept coming on because it was like $1 million.
Well, one of the big recurring things they have from their show is, I think it was Letterman would say, I'll believe you're a psychic whenever you win the lottery.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
Just do bullshit like
there's a lot of stuff. So like Bullshit with Penn and Teller, and then James Randi. He gave a TED Talk too, which was really good.
that. So my TED Talk today is going to be about Christmas movies that aren't Christmas movies, that are technically Christmas movies.
Christmassy movies.
Yeah. And this is specifically Christmas because I'm not going to spend the time to go find other movies about other holidays that are technically about those holidays that I don't know about because I don't celebrate other holidays. So, Christmas movies that aren't Christmas movies, that are actually Christmas movies that just don't know they're Christmas movies that help with the Christmas spirit. So,
Woo!
set the tone, just as our standard, we're going to go Die Hard. Everyone knows Die Hard's a Christmas movie. That's been a big debate on the internet for the past 4 or 5 years now, and Die Hard as a Christmas movie kind of won.
Why is it? Yeah, why wouldn't it
So
be a
the-
Christmas movie? Like,
Yeah,
But it's during Christmas time, so it counts.
exactly. So that's kind of the general theme. The next one, I think we talked about this last week, I'm not sure, is Child's Play.
yeah. I mean, it does have
little
like the
dude-
elements.
Fucking Chucky was originally bought as a Christmas present, and most of the movie takes place in the holiday season. He was a
It counts.
big Christmas present thing, like Tickle Me Elmo one year was, and like they're all sold out, and this little dude really wanted him, and his mom was able to buy him with like her last little bit of money, and it was really to see serial killer's soul, right, or bank robber, whatever the fuck he was. But you don't need a
Yeah.
play-by-play breakdown of the Chucky series. That can be a fun one, but so other ones, Gremlins.
That's a great one.
Really?
Yeah, Little dude was bought as a Christmas present.
So
I didn't
Trading.
know that.
with Gremlins, I'm gonna cut you off there because like I want to bring this up and I want to see what you guys believe. So with Gremlins, they say don't feed them after midnight. Well, when's an acceptable time to feed them? Is it like buying beer, where in like the state of Wisconsin, it's 12 to 6 you can't buy alcohol. So is that
Yes.
time period you can't? Okay, just wanted to establish that. It was kind of plaguing my mind throughout the day. Sorry.
That's just so funny. Yeah.
Thoughts
Like,
that
I
keep
was
Marcus
just-
up at night.
Yeah, it was just like this needs to be clarified. Joe Dante, I know.
You know what that was keeping me up all day?
What?
Do you know that that fucking Russian hockey player? They do the interview with him afterwards, and he's like, "It's only a game.
Why you have
Why
to
you
be
have
mad?
to be
It's
mad?
only a game.
It's only a game." I showed Katie that. I showed my girlfriend that at like 8:30 in the morning. It's just been playing on my head on repeat all day. Okay, non-Christmas Christmas movies.
Trading Places
Oh,
with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, yeah.
A Christmas movie.
the original.
There's another one.
There's a couple of them.
Batman Returns, the one with
yeah.
Danny DeVito as Penguin and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Iceman.
No. That's later.
Or-
That's a different. That's what's Joe
That's not-
Schumacher. That's like late 90s.
Yeah, it's not. Is Danny DeVito not?
There was
Penguin?
Christmas.
Danny
in the
Danny
late
DeVito
90s.
is in that one, yeah. But like the Arnold one is like Batman Return. No, it's the one with the bat nipples. With George.
just
They
said
still
Batman
had Christmas in the late
I
90s.
swear, yeah.
Look it up.
Jamie, pull that shit up.
Because yeah, Google that right
Jamie
now.
pull that shit.
Oh, that was the
Googles
Michael
it
Keaton
himself.
Batman.
Yeah, it's okay. Did you watch Mojo for this?
No, I didn't. It was BuzzFeed.
Same difference.
Way more credible source. Thanks there.
This is entertainment. I'll trust BuzzFeed. So,
It's their realm.
are there any movies that I have missed that you guys think?
So there's a couple. Eyes Wide Shut apparently takes place during Christmas. I've seen like 30 minutes of it, and I don't remember anything. I know it's just like Tom Cruise and cult, which is nothing new.
It's like a sex cult,
kinda
isn't
his
it?
role.
But yeah. It's the
Yeah.
gift of
Like-
two sexual partners.
Because let's differentiate between Tom Cruise's real life and Tom Cruise in a movie.
There's no difference.
That one blurs the line.
Yeah.
Cult. Sex cult.
It counts.
No difference. No, I'm kidding. What else did I have? Apparently Brazil is. I still have not seen that movie. I've heard super great things. Jonathan Pryce is awesome in there, I guess. For those who don't know who that is.
What movie?
Brazil, like the dystopian film Brazil.
know.
But Jonathan,
Never heard of it.
I didn't hear that
look it
Brazil
up.
was
Look
in
it
that
up.
bad of
It
shape.
came out in like in the 80s. But like Jonathan Pryce is terrific in there,
Okay.
I guess. He's like the commandant, or what? Not the commandant, but like he's like the governor in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's that one stupid dude, priest-dude in Game of Thrones. He's been around.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the Welsh bastard.
Oh shit, the priest and the fucking Mr. Swan are the same person, aren't they?
Yeah. He was
I never
also
noticed that.
Yeah, he's also a bad guy in The World Never Dies. No, some James Bond movie. But yeah,
But why is
Reindeer
Good
Games
Luck
is
gone?
yeah, Reindeer Games is on there. I haven't seen that in a while.
I mean, I feel like with a name like Reindeer Games, it's not a Christmas movie that should be a Christmas movie.
yeah.
That one's an easy one.
The other one, what I was gonna say was, it's like Black Christmas and then Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is where like the lunatic from like I think a mental hospital escapes and murders people dressed as Santa. I have not watched that, but I've watched the episode of Tales from the Crypt, which is kind of modeled after
Are we
that.
just doing bad Christmas movies now?
Yeah, pretty much.
I have one that is a non-Christmas Christmas movie,
What's that?
but it ain't from around here. There's a short, and it's about 10 minutes, called Dinner for One, and they watch it in like Norway and Germany, and it's like they watch it every year for Christmas, and it has nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever. It's just weird,
Is it animated?
like one act little play. No, it's like it's two people that act it out. And it's about 10 minutes
Oh.
of two people,
Well, that's not
one elderly
Not
rich
accurate
lady and her
advertising.
butler. But like throughout these 10 minutes, if you're keeping track, this guy drinks like 20 something shots, and it's just gradually getting worse. And he keeps the show going on. It's very entertaining. But yeah, so it's called Dinner for One, and it has no Christmas in it whatsoever. Like that, it ends with the joke that they're gonna go up and bang, like they do every year on Christmas. Like I don't know.
Is that why he's drinking?
I don't know. But they watch it every year on Christmas. It's a huge thing. Like in Norway, everyone freaking watches that shit. It's super funny.
Now, is that because
It's
in Norway
so
everyone just
different.
wants to like bang their family?
No, but Norway does have the highest rates of like one night stands on Earth.
Woo!
Yeah,
Really?
Norway goes hard.
Go Norway!
I mean,
All right, so
Yeah.
I
I
guess
have
you
a
have
movie.
what is it?
It's very much a Christmas movie, but it stars the one and only Bill Goldberg, cast as a murderous, vengeful Santa who has been released from his prison of hell, and he's come back, and he goes to Hell Township, Michigan, in order to exact his vengeance on the Norwegian saint who beat him in a ice curling contest and sent him to hell and stopped his murderous rampages from before. It's called Santa's Sleigh,
I'm
and
sorry.
it is fucking amazing.
Does this fall into like the same kind of category as like Thanksgiving does?
Yes, but this had probably 7 times the budget.
Oh,
Probably like 30 times.
Ooh. Okay.
This
So
is
it had
an
like
actual
$18
movie.
total. That's a lot. Holy shit.
It is fantastic. There's one point where he goes into a strip club and beats up a bunch of ho-ho-hos. Well, actually, he beats up the sinners visiting the strip club, and then he lights all the strippers on fire.
Jesus.
It is fantastic. He has a bison pulling his sleigh, and
Just the one.
it's carnivorous.
So that makes a difference.
Not ready for that. You're telling me that bison are normally
There's
carnivorous?
just so many good one-line. The most dangerous land animal in America.
Why they're all? That's why we had to kill them all.
Besides some of those. Because they were slowly making the Native American population go extinct by overfeeding.
We didn't kill the Native
Ooh.
Americans. They killed the Native Americans. I shouldn't have said that.
This is like the South Park fuck you whale, fuck you dolphin bit.
Yeah.
We convinced the Native Americans that we really did it so they wouldn't go and kill the rest of the buffalo.
Jesus.
Keegan's face this whole time. I'm just dying.
So yeah, I think we just about wrapped up movies.
What kind of
I think we're getting to that point where you gotta pick what we're gonna talk about next week.
I have no fucking idea.
No.
I got that we have to talk about the modern anti-vax movement. Like that's when we gotta hit.
Okay.
We
Following-
can do that next week. I'll just
Yeah.
talk about Jen
Yeah, 'cause-
Jameson for 15 minutes. I'm gonna do a lot of
Yeah, you
research
do.
this week.
I believe in you.
Lots of-
Single- lot of
Single-handedly, you can do all
research
the
on Jenna
research on
Jameson.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You get really
Yeah.
tired and take a lot of naps.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll hit that one for sure. The modern anti-vax movement that falls back into our realm of conspiracy theories where we're comfortable. What else do we want to talk about? Do we want to invite our first guest on?
Sure.
Yeah, we should have.
If
We'll
he'll
try to
show
do
up.
that next week. We'll try.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's available.
I mean, we start
Yeah.
talking about Jenna Jameson. I'm sure he's gonna show up.
You're right. He'll just emerge and just be like, I heard somebody's talking about it.
I'm still relevant.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how overplayed rustic farmhouse furniture is?
Absolutely.
What?
Farmhouse furniture, like rustic or like farmhouse furniture styling. The
okay.
furniture styling that's like white painted frame and then stained tops. That's like almost exclusively made out of 2x4s.
And it's almost always just like not quality stuff, but it's like rustic, so it gets away with it.
Or someone made it in the garage.
Right.
Not currently making a rustic farmhouse.
Oh, dude, fuck that noise. That's stupid. That's stupid. I will not have that in my house. My actual house, like a college house, totally different. But that's stupid.
Well,
That's the point. We're making fun of it.
but it's
I know,
rustic and southern, and you can have your like eat, pray, love, or fucking eat, pray, queef sign over it.
I have an eat, pray, queef sign over something. That's amazing.
I'm gonna have to get one of those. That'd look great over my couch.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Might just start coming up with a bunch of stupid slogans like that. Like
We do need a slogan for the podcast.
live, laugh, love.
Can we
Eat, pray, queef.
can we
might affect your professionalism down the road.
Not mine.
comment below if you can think of a better slogan for the podcast than eat, pray, queef.
I
For the
double
love of God,
dare
can we do
you.
any? Can we please get more candidates?
If we don't
Live,
get
laugh,
10
love.
likes, I'm gonna make the slogan "Eat, pray, queef."
I don't want that to be on the shirts.
I
It'd
found
be great on a hat.
our first piece of merchandise.
Right?
I bet that's already
It's just a sticker. It's just a sticker of me looking sad. That's the word bubble.
Buy that in a heartbeat.
Oh, that was a South Park episode.
So you're not clever. That's copyrighted. We can't even use it. Not original content. Good, nerd.
Wait. Put
Off the
period.
table.
Eat, period. Play. The play? Yeah, it's play. Period. Queef. Period. That might be
Obvious
okay.
derivative doesn't count.
Oh, I don't see any Eat, Pray, Queef t-shirts.
There's a reason they don't exist.
I just found a niche market.
I believe in you. You can handle
Can
it.
you share the screen with us?
I mean, it's just me looking for Eat, Pray, Queef t-shirts.
Jesus. Well, I think that kind of wraps up the productive recording of this podcast as we descend slowly into madness here. I do
Remember,
want to say thank you.
go ahead.
Oh,
No?
I do want to say thank you to anyone that did make it this far. Thanks for all the care and support and all the feedback we received. If you think of something we should talk about or if we're doing something terrible, you should let us know in the comments below. Yeah, thanks. I will hand it off to Max. Hopefully he doesn't ruin this.
Remember, if you like the podcast, go unsubscribe and leave a nasty comment on someone else's channel.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Unlike, unsubscribe.
Unlike and unsubscribe.
Also, comment a slogan, please. Okay.
It's not good enough to like us. You have to hate somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yes.
Yeah.
All life
Actively
is
hate.
fueled by hate.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks everybody. We're cutting it there.